I asked first question between you guys. It's important for me to know, do we understand UVC? And we were all very busy of cleaning surfaces. We got every chemical on the market. We've got every wipe and tool on the market, innovative and not. Everyone's got their own claims. UVC is 110 years old. It's older than maybe a few of us together, maybe not all of us, but a few of us, okay? And UVC has a proven technology. It's not patented, though our products here are, but the concept of a UV bulb is not patented, okay? It's just a UV bulb and its configuration. UVC is about three things. It's so important to understand my products and whoever's products. I don't want to use this tool to clean surfaces. Though I have peer reviews, FDA studies, I got more studies outside. I couldn't keep affording to spend it, but to show that the old expression, what comes up must come down. I have studies and peer reviews providing an 86% reduction of bioloading of bacteria and viruses in the air that will provide between a 50 and 54% reduction of CFUs, colony-forming units that form on the surface that start to grow, that are alive from the air. Getting back to the three most important factors of UVC. UVC is about UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVA and UVB is what we get on the beach. It's very simple. We get tan, blah, blah, blah. UVC never gets through the ozone of the Earth's atmosphere. Very simple. It's that powerful that when exposed to it, it will cause skin cancer and it will cause eye and retina damage. UVC has been separated into different wavelengths, just like A and B. UVC 253.7 nanometer is the ultimate strongest UVC that you're able to use in technology. UVC 222 bar, you might have seen on USA Today, people walking through when they go through the airport, it cleans their clothes in a minute, whatever. That's great, but if I said to you, you need penicillin, and I'm going to give you penicillin that works about 20%, well, no, I want the full dosage. I want to be healed. I want to be cured. UVC 253.7 is what we use. The second part is distance. How far away is the organism from the UVC bulb? It is caught in a chamber in here. It is caught in a chamber in our floor unit. We have two units. This is just like a regular normal light. It's got the UVC diodes behind it, but you can see the vents on both sides. Air is coming in. There's a chamber behind here. There's air coming out. This is running right now, the UVC. I have it on. So is the other unit. The last and even the most important part is what I call dwell time. We're all extremely familiar with the word dwell time with chemical. Lay it down, wipe it up, well, you've done nothing except pick up the chemical and waste it. UVC, the same thing. Turn it on, it has to have a certain amount of speed, CFUs or CFM, how many feet per minute the system is running. Can you go grab Michael? Guys, I'm going to just turn a light off for 1 second to show you.
So this would go up into a ceiling, gentlemen. It's on a desk right there. If you could explain, show that, David. Think about schools or food service or Janssen, or picture that unit right there on the left in a classroom.
Guys, I don't want to go in the dark with you for a second, but until somebody walks up 1 second to help me. Here's the floor model, okay? It's a plug and play, very simple. You can see this here. You do not see the UVC. What you're seeing is a reflection. I'm gonna have someone come in just for 1 second and turn this over for me. Now, come on, down the white down. This. Here's the chamber. This light fixture, I think it was Jeff that was explaining, it sits in the ceiling. I'm not here to sell you a light, though it's got LED diodes in it. It's the state of the art. Matter of fact, our generation 2 has a really nice, I'm going to use the word sexy look to it. But the UVC sits in this chamber box. ETL, EPA, FDA, they're approved. If there was any exposure of UVC, I would not be able to accomplish and spend the due diligence of time and money that we spent on this product. Very simple. You undo both of these things here. This is really going to be only when you're about to change the light bulb. There's a kill switch on both sides. Guys, I really want to say something I think that's extremely important in the Jansen world, in the cleaning world. We are finally recognizing the most important thing in our life, that indoor air quality is critical. You know, we're so busy with, and we're successful, we're busy with surface cleaning, but we got to still remember, I got to walk into the building and breathe. I'm going to turn this on, though. You're not going to get affected by it. Okay? This, although I'm not staring at it, the UVC bulb is running. The fans are running. What's happening, I'm holding down the kill switch so that when somebody does decide to change the bulb, if it is still working, though minimized, they have the ability to changing it. It runs through, it runs through baffles here, which create a turbulence into the system here. Again, as I said to you, strength of the bulb, 253.7. Don't ever minimize that, because all you're doing is minimizing the kill of airborne pathogens. The other thing is reflectors and turbulence, which creates distance to the bulb. And the most important thing, everybody asks me, why don't I turn this up to doing 5,000 cubic feet or 10,000 cubic, whatever it is? Because these are sitting right now in an HVAC system in every building in our country. But the only thing they're there to do is a site kill, to kill mold and to kill anything that is on surfaces, on the coils, the drip pans, and so on and so on. Just want to turn the light on 1 second, guys.
So where there's UV out there and there's other technologies that, you know, we do, this is for great for airflow, as David is pointing out, air quality is a huge issue today in buildings, especially with COVID. And finding COVID, Jerry, Aiden, and I were talking, they're finding, you know, it's moving like smoke in classrooms and stuff. So, David, I don't know if you want to just touch upon that briefly.
I just went into the Boys and Girls Club of America. I don't know if you're familiar, in Hawthorne, New Jersey. And I walked in, a guy actually wouldn't let me in his building, which I was okay. The CEO walked out, we met outside. He wasn't so interested in the cost of the ceiling unit, but he went after this. Very simple, as I said before. I don't have any filters here. This is the intake. I don't have anything except filter in here up top to stop dust particles. This is just to disperse air outwards. The simplicity is to change the cartridge. This comes off. This is the patent. There's nothing else other than this. This is just a fan transporting your in, 16 speeds. This covers 800 square feet. This covers only 100. The reason why I have this less is we all understand that air creates turbulence. Turbulence creates noise. Okay, I don't know if you're going to hear this. I'll put this back in. But as I said to you, again, this is the same thing. Distance. This one has 3 UVC bulbs. And the most important thing, guys, we spent great lengths to become FDA approved. I'm not going to get into the lengths of money, but great lengths of time. If you go to the FDA with a product and you're not approved, you have a black eye the rest of your life. It's no different than like the vaccine. They have one hiccup, all of a sudden everything stops. 16 speeds. I'm going to turn this up as loud as it is. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can hear it a little bit.
And now I have it down as low as I have it.
It's very quiet. What does a product like that go for? That should be in every classroom or office building or whatever. What is that? You know, what does that go for?
We'll get you the pricing. We'll get you the pricing after the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark will be able to take care of any pricing on any of these products for you. You know, as I said, I went to the Boys and Girls Club. I spent about half an hour with this guy. It wasn't about COVID. It was about being proactive, about influenza, about MRSA, about, you know, everyone wants to say C. diff is not airborne. Well, go flush a toilet where these turbo toilets are. Whoever decided to remove the seat covers off the toilets and go take a test to see what comes out of that toilet that's painted all over the walls. So I walked out of this Boys and Girls Club with an order for 37 of them for every one of his classrooms.
All the time.
The Philadelphia school system.
Excuse me, Rob. Who's ever talking, can you go on mute, please? Thank you, Robert. Sorry. Go ahead.
We just went into the Philadelphia school system. Please understand something. We must address the air. I know I've got other great tools, and Mark and I together, we've got probably some of the most innovative, simple, successful products on the market. I didn't create UV. I took UV and patented in a system that gives you the ability to being able to be in the room 24/7, occupying the space while this product is running. I put it on low speeds while the kids are in class. Kids are done class. I turn it all the way up. I leave. This cartridge in here has a titanium dioxide coating. There's a chemical reaction with titanium dioxide and UV 253.7 that removes odors. We had the greatest results just come to us, even though I knew it happened. I knew it would happen. That we had a Japanese company over on the other side who used to come to our booth every year. The Mark yelled at me for the amount of time I took with them. But the response was not even about COVID. Wow, I can't believe the odor from cigarettes is gone. I said, that's not possible because you're still smoking. But it is gone. It does reduce it and remove it. I have the sealing units in an oncology unit at Driscoll Hospital in Texas. I have this unit at Philadelphia Animal Wellness Society. The woman called me a week after she bought them. I didn't put it in for odor. I put it in for what they call kennel cough, which is parvovirus. She called me up a week later. I thought I had a problem. I sold her a dozen units. She called me back to tell me her place doesn't smell like dogs anymore. I said, that's impossible. You still have dogs? She said, yeah. They're still there, but it minimizes the odor. I'm not here to sell this because of the reduction of odor. But what I want to say and leave you on this, which is so important. I spent 8 years selling these two tools. The sell was much more difficult to sell because people would always say, how do I see it work? Well, I can't see the air being cleaned. You just can't. You can smell it being cleaned, you can't see it being cleaned. I have the leading salesperson on the street today. I don't even have to pay him commission anymore. It's called COVID-19. I have people calling from schools. We just put in 27 units in Ocean Club casinos down in Atlantic City. I just put in Alabama, 22 units in a surgical center. He bought both. This was a little too noisy for his surgical rooms, but he put it in his patients' waiting rooms. And obviously, I have one of these in every one of my house. It is just a phenomenal tool. UVC is not me selling you that it works. It has proven that it works for 110 years with water. What I have proven is I've taken the length with Fas-Trak together as a team, and that we've done the peer reviews. Peer reviews take a couple of years to do, guys, and I don't want to get into the money. Second thing I did was become FDA approved. This is a critical device when you walk in. So tell me, does it work? Well, I can't show you that it worked. Here's the studies. But an FDA product, that's a question you should always ask. Show me your studies, and are you FDA approved? It's not very many of these products. Everybody's coming out with UV. But remember something. Guardian and the Fas-Trak line, though we show you all these products about surface cleaning, this is about indoor air quality. And it's very important.
So real quick, not to interrupt you. We're very interested, Life Spaces. This is something that we want to, because we have some other things that do, by resources of light, some prevention of colonizing bacteria and viruses. And I think this for air quality is going to be a very important piece to put with that. And pairing those two things together, I think we're offering a lot. In addition, of course, guys, it's very important to stress the point, this does not negate the cleaning of surfaces. These are supplements to our janitorial lines that we are also selling that are also very effective. One question, as far as the encasing of it, is there a particular, is that just plastic, or what keeps the UV contained?
What does the UV contain?
What keeps the UV contained? What kind of encasement?
The canister.
Oh, in here, it's the cover and the complete sealed unit.
What's it made out of, I'm saying?
Metal, white steel, aluminum.
And that keeps that interaction, there's not, so for instance, if I go close to that unit in a classroom, there's not a higher degree of UV than if I'm on the other side of the room. There's nothing coming out of that unit, correct?
I would never be allowed to be FDA approved.
Yeah.
Or ETL rated if UV exposure was exposed to human beings.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, thank you.
As long as it doesn't escape.
Quick question here.
What you
What,
see here,
Sorry, go ahead.
that's a reflection.
Okay. Go ahead, Manic.
I have a quick question on, you talked about smoking, for example. So it brings up a question that everybody's going to ask. What kind of maintenance is involved? How do you keep nicotine off the bulbs, et cetera, on both the units?
Bulbs will last you 8,800 working hours. I do not want to stop anything with a filter. People have asked me, why don't you put a filter in here? I have a filter. I do not want to stop any live organism to creating a bee's nest here and keeping it alive. I want it to be transported here. What this filter is doing on the top is stopping the large particles from entering back into the room. Over here, I have it on the opposite direction. I have it so I don't have large particles in here, so that nothing is gathering into here. So I haven't really, have to tell you, I haven't had any problem regarding the bulb, either one of the systems. This is not a young product. This is a little newer, 7 or 8 years old. The only challenge I've had people can't get enough of them, and I can't get enough of the UV bulbs.
How do you know that it's still working if it gets debris on it? You know, like
Great
nicotine.
question.
What's that?
Great question. I'm going to show you. I can't show it to you here, but when I turn this on the other side, it has a little green switch here. Okay, that light will flash immediately. Once the UV bulb and or the fans are diminished, that flash will turn red and stay on. On this unit, this green light here, when the bulb starts to become deficient, this will turn orange, whether it's being coated by filth and or the bulb is just being over 8,800 hours. This will turn orange. Once it turns, that orange is telling you, Jeff, better go out and buy some bulbs. And if not, got to buy, it turns red. Once it turns red, it might still be working, but it's telling you the bulb is deficient at its capacity.
So this is Matt. I just want a question about, do you use a dosimeter on it before it leaves? You don't use just to check the doses?
You're talking about on the bulb?
Yeah, on the bulb, yeah.
Bulbs that I purchase are from a very reputable source. ETL is coming down extremely hard right now, specifically due to COVID and due to the 90 million companies are coming out with UVC bulbs. I'm going to show you a little gimmick. Give me 1 second.
And yeah, we gotta wrap up. We gotta wrap up because we may have it. Also, Mark, if there's somebody trying to get in, it may be another vendor.
Yeah, that's,
I was
listen,
trying to get on like
we could,
11:05.
Dave, listen, we're gonna wrap this up. What I suggest is that we maybe do a separate meeting on any of these specific products, such as the UVC as well as the chlorine dioxide, because we tried to jam a lot of information in an hour, but I think overall you get the idea of what we bring to the table, fellas. And I know that.
No, I want to let David finish what he was going to say. I'm just
Please.
saying, I just got a time check. That's all.
Okay, go ahead, David.
This was sent to me, Chinese company. Exactly what it is a UV bulb. Yes, it's for surface kill. You put it on your desk, you turn it on, you leave. And I said to them, how do I know this is 253.7? Oh, it is. Well, just like you said, I had this thing rated. It's not 253.7, it's around 230. So ETL is really clamping down. It's taking me 16 weeks. I ran out of these units. It's taking me 16 weeks to get bulbs. They're coming in about 2 weeks, more than I'll ever be able to need. But the reason behind it is ETL is fining companies and is checking stringently to making sure there's no issues about the efficacy of the bulbs that are being put in these units.
Okay. So, yeah, I appreciate it, David. Very exciting technology. I know a lot of people are starting to put these in classrooms and schools and whatever. I like the wall unit. It is about air quality. You know, one thing about Fas-Trak, Mark and you and the team always coming out with new things. That's what I like. I appreciate everything you guys went over today.